Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. For this episode, I want to talk about a report that came out around Jimmy Butler and the Houston Rockets, saying that the Houston Rockets don't seem likely to be trading for Jimmy Butler this season. So the Houston Rockets have started off really hot. They are impressing the NBA with their 17-8 start. They're number 2 in the West, and they just advanced in the NBA tournament cup, whatever the hell it's called, and beat the Golden State Warriors last night to move on to the semifinals in Las Vegas. So they are a young, up and coming team that have been rebuilding for the past 3 to 4 seasons, drafting players like Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson. So they have a young treasure chest of young assets and up and coming players. And they have been linked to the Miami Heat as a possible destination where Jimmy Butler would go back home and play for his hometown team. But again, it doesn't seem likely that the trade will take place. So NBA insiders Marc Stein and Jake Fisher reported Wednesday that sources with knowledge of the Rockets' thinking maintain that they're extremely unlikely to pursue a 35-year-old Jimmy Butler. So again, like I said, Houston has a young core of Jalen Green, Sengun, Smith, and Butler is someone who could provide that veteran leadership alongside the piece that they added 2 years ago now, Fred VanVleet, and then they have Dylan Brooks, obviously. So having Jimmy Butler as that alpha veteran all-star type player next to Fred VanVleet and Brooks, and with the combination of some of those young pieces, obviously some of them are going to be traded to the Heat if that actually happened. But he is also someone that we know that can take over a playoff series, obviously with the moniker Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy Butler. There's no shortage of experience that he has in the postseason and memorable moments in the postseason. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. But still, it doesn't seem like the Rockets front office will be giving up the necessary assets to land Jimmy Butler, nor do they want to. It seems like they do have 5 first round picks that are tradable. They have a lot of young pieces, like I mentioned, but it could take a significant number of assets if there is a bidding war and if Jimmy Butler continues to play really well up until the trade deadline and increases his value. Then the Miami Heat are going to ask for multiple draft picks, maybe expiring contracts, and then of course 1 to 2 young assets, but then they need to match the contracts, so they need filler as well. ESPN's Shams Charania reported Wednesday that Butler's agent Bernie Lee indicated in league circles that Jimmy Butler would be open to going to the Suns now, and then he also mentioned Golden State, Dallas, and the Rockets as the other teams. And then Bernie Lee, Jimmy's agent, came out and said this is all false. He doesn't know where the hell Shams got this information. Basically, he's lying. He's making shit up. So who knows what's going to happen with this Jimmy Butler saga? Who knows if the Miami Heat are actually going to trade him before the trade deadline? Who knows? The Miami Heat are now the 5th seed in the East. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They play against the Raptors tonight, which should be a very winnable game without Scotty Barnes and a few other players on the roster. So let's see if they can continue this momentum and put aside this noise, because that's what I think it is right now. It's just noise. Nothing has really changed. We all know that Miami didn't give Jimmy Butler his extension this offseason, so it seems very unlikely that they would have, especially as he's aging and going to be 36 years old next year with a player option for $52 million. So who knows? Is Jimmy going to opt in and stay with the Miami Heat and then become a free agent the following season? And the Heat have to deal with this again if they want to extend him for a year or two, or is he going to opt out, become a free agent? Miami Heat lose him for nothing, and then in that case, they're listening to offers, as a report stated, because why wouldn't they want to listen to see what teams are willing to offer for Jimmy Butler? Because they want to lose him for nothing. They could retool versus fully rebuild, because they still have Tyler, they still have Bam, they still have Jaime Jaquez and a few other players that they can build around. Kel'el Ware, who might get an opportunity eventually this season to grow and develop. So we'll see. Anyway, but the Rockets, seemingly, according to Stein and Fisher, say they are out of the Jimmy Butler race. If there is a race, we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.